Notre Dame renews its rivalry with Pitt, and the stakes have not been higher for both schools in quite some time.
By Samarza, inside the 20, inside the 10, he's going in! Notre Dame has scored!
Go, 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 go! You will be that driving force to motivate those coaches and those players to beat Southern Cal!
Notre Dame is relevant again.
The 20, the 10, 5-5 rocket touchdown!
Notre Dame is number one!
It's a game of who's going to flinch first. We know that it won't be Notre Dame.
Hello again, everybody. Landon Traylor with John Richards, Logan Traylor, and Dylan Kearns. It is good to be back talking some football. Notre Dame at Pitt, 7-2 versus 7-2. Number 9 versus number 22. Loser is eliminated from the college football playoff unless Pitt wins the ACC, which don't see happening. Winner gets a very big bump. JR, it feels just like the old days when we played Pitt with a lot on the line.
Back in the old days, it was a lot on the line for us. Maybe not so much Pitt. They played the role of the spoiler, but they were always heavily involved in our schedule back in the 80s and in the 90s. And here we are with Uncle Pat, and we've got a very important game with a lot on the line for both teams, like you said. So we got a nooner. We'll be playing in Pitt's, the Steelers Stadium. Should be a raucous crowd. I would imagine it's going to be split down the middle, both ways. There's going to be a strong ND contingency there. Can't wait to see what happens. Got to bring our A game. Got to put 4 complete quarters together.
100%. Logan, this is another childhood rivalry that I always at least love to see us play. Kind of like BC. It was odd, this game was always on ESPN or ABC. When we go there, it was usually at night. Had a couple of day games, but this is one of my favorite games we used to play.
Yeah, one of my favorite games I've ever been to in Notre Dame Stadium was the 2012 game when we were down 20-3. That's a memory I'm very fond of. So, yeah, kind of like JR said, it seems like they always seem to be in a position to play spoiler for us. And same here. I think, Pat Narduzzi's is going to, spin out this narrative that fits Pittsburgh and kind of helps him kind of hide the fact that he isn't, capable of winning a big game. And so he's going to spin that narrative. But at the end of the day, it's both programs, battling for a playoff spot, like you said. And it's a must-win game for both teams, no matter how you spin it. So I think that, there's a lot on the line when we got to put, like JR said, we got to put 4 quarters together quick.
Right, that's what concerns me is our start, to be honest with you. We'll get into that in a little bit. But Dylan, Logan mentioned it, 2012. I'm having a little PTSD right now.
Yeah, scary times for sure. But I think this is something you could look at for Notre Dame. Obviously, no conference championship.
No, really? Really? We don't play in a conference?
I'm saying, obviously, this is probably your conference championship game. Because if you put your look-ahead goggles on that JR tends to discuss about, looking ahead. Other than this week, they got Syracuse with a backup quarterback at senior day. You could probably stumble into a win there. And you could probably stumble into a win to end the year. So this is your big game to make the playoffs, and you got to make a statement in it. You can't just get by. You got to put them away. And this is definitely a formidable opponent here. They have a tough stretch of games after this. They got Georgia Tech. They got Miami, Florida. This is a 3-game stretch for them too. So, maybe there's a little look ahead for them, especially the message that Lardass is preaching.
They've had a bye too. They're coming off a bye.
Yes, exactly. They are. Their bye came at a very crucial and good time. That's great scheduling for them. Pitt is 7-2. They are tied for first to the ACC with 4 other teams. This conference is wild. There's reports that the ACC champion might not even get in. They beat Duquesne 61-9 to open up the year, and Central Michigan 45-17 before falling 31-24 at West Virginia, which is a bad loss looking back at it, and then 34-27 at home against Louisville. They've rattled off five straight, 48-7 against Boston College, 34-31 at number 25 Florida State, 30-13 at Syracuse, 53-34 against NC State, and 35-20 at Stanford. Guys, this team has a damn good offense. 40 points per game, 302 pass yards per game, and 124 rush yards per game. They're led by freshman quarterback Mason Heinschel. I'm probably butchering his name. We'll find out on Saturday, but he's got 1,500 yards this year, 12 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, and 143 rush yards and a touchdown. JR, very competent, very explosive, and a very good offensive Pitt team.
Yeah, they're good. But let's look at those opponents that you just rattled off there too. So we're playing very well. We've only given up one or two touchdowns in our last 5 games. We got to pressure the freshman quarterback and make his day as long as possible. I think the weather's going to be decent.
Beautiful,
Um,
actually. 50s.
yeah, weather should be good. You're making the trek there, aren't you?
Yes, me and Bob.
When you heading east? Friday, Saturday?
Friday afternoon after my class. Yeah.
Woo! Yeah, they're tough. They can put up a lot of numbers, but this will be a big test for them too. They've not seen a defense like ours, especially the way that we've been playing. We'll see how it shakes out.
No doubt about it. They're not a heavy rush team at all. They're once again led by a freshman running back, Jakarian Turner, 399 yards, 6 touchdowns. Senior running back Desmond Reed gets involved as well, 266 yards and 2 touchdowns. And then their third string, he's also a freshman. His name is Jules Goff. There's another one to add. We
Add
got
him to the all-name
yeah,
team.
Yeah, Turbo, Nitro, and Jules. 200 yards and 4 touchdowns. So, Logan, they do not rely much on their run game. So, if you can take them and make them one-dimensional, make them run the football, feel like that's going to play right into our hands of what we want to do.
Yeah, that's what's scary. They, average a little over 300 yards passing each game. And the running game's kind of the complementary part of their offense, and yet they're still averaging around 120 yards and yardage rushing per game. So it's a Pitt team that is drastically improved over the last couple of years. Coach Pat has done a good job of that. And they're competing for championships, and I don't understand his comments. I won't go back on it every time I talk about this team, but this is a team that could very well find themselves in the CFP. And this is a game that this could elevate their Pittsburgh program. And, I think that we have to be ready for everything that they're going to throw at us, especially coming off their bye week. They're going to be prepared. They're going to want to, defend their home field and not let us come in there and run them off the field. So I think it's going to be a lot different than, the past couple of years that we've played Pitt. But at the end of the day, there's still not a game. I think we've been saying it for the last 4 or 5 weeks. There's not a game where we walk into that we're not better than on paper. It's just about, our discipline and our execution, week by week. And are we continuing to improve and get better? So, it's another challenge. It's another, ranked game like Dylan touched on. Like, this would be a good resume builder win for us, going down the stretch.
Yeah, but if you lose, it's all over.
Yeah,
there's no doubt.
Yeah.
Their go-to targets for Pitt, junior wide receiver Kenny Johnson. This kid is a freaking monster. 573 yards this season with 4 touchdowns, and then they're also led by a senior wide receiver Raphael Williams Jr. with 525 yards and 6 touchdowns. Sophomore wide receiver Kataris Hicks, 353 yards, 4 touchdowns. And as I mentioned, they like to hit their senior running back Desmond Reed in the pass game more than they do on the run game for him. They're not heavy on the tight ends. Justin Thomas with just 153 yards and 2 touchdowns, and Malachi Thomas with 118 and 1 touchdown. Now, flipping the page here to the Pitt defense, they allow 22 points per game, 237 pass yards per game. They only allow 81 rush yards per game, minus 10 at Stanford, 53 against Louisville. Narduzzi is known for his defense. That is what he is built on, Dylan, and he will definitely have something prepared for our two-headed monster that we have.
Well, if he's known for his defense, he better get back in the lab and fix it because they've been getting shredded. Just look at what NC State did to him. We held them to 7. He gave up 30 plus to NC State. So
okay,
I'm
on the
not
counterpoint there, they scored 53. We only scored 36 on the counterpoint there.
That's correct. But you asked me about their defense. Am I
That's
wrong?
true. That's true.
No,
That's
you
true.
asked me about the defense.
I
Now,
did.
offensively, they do put up points. Like they've put up 24 more in every game. So you're looking at overs. That's the play. 55.5 right now. You should be jumping on that. That being said, Navy had a good run defense. We still found a way to put up 40 plus on them, even losing a time position battle in the first half. So going beyond that, I mean, you can say what you want about this defense, but a lot of those stats get watered down when you play a Syracuse team and a Boston College team, two opponents that we also play. And then you throw, Duquesne in there and Central Michigan. So that's bottling down. When you play actual opponents, they're giving up a lot of points. So, I mean, 31 to Florida State, So I think this is an eye opener in terms of how bad the defense actually is at Pittsburgh.
I agree. I'm a Pitt hater, but I'm going to respect the opponent a little bit here. Play the nice guy. You hold a team to negative 10 rushing yards. Your rush defense pretty damn good. You hold Louisville, who had 400 rushing yards against a team this year, to 53 in one game. I mean, that's a long game to hold a team to 53 rushing yards and to hold a team to minus 10 rushing yards, and only allow 22 points per game.
Don't sacks play into rushing yards now?
Yeah, they do.
I mean, yeah, but also take for granted, I don't think they're sacking the quarterback 20 times for minus 10 yards. I mean, you still have to force minus rushing yards in the game. So
let me go here, okay? Because I will speak to Uncle Pat's little comments this week. There's a reason, you butthead, that your bye is before the Notre Dame game and not before the Georgia Tech game or the Miami game, who nobody's going to give a shit if you beat or lose to. But if you beat Notre Dame, you dumbass, that puts you on the map instantly. So let's examine why he said the things that he said. Because deep down, he knows his offense and defense are going to be completely challenged playing against us. He gave us a whole bunch of billboard material, and he knows he's got a big problem on his hands coming east on Saturday at noon. That's why he said what he said. Logan's exactly right. He set his own expectations. If we lose to Notre Dame, we're supposed to lose to Notre Dame, and we still got everything to play for right in front of us.
Very true. Very true. Very true. Wow, that was amazing. Back to the
no coach in their right mind with any competitive spirit would respond like that. That is embarrassing. That is completely embarrassing.
That is. I mean, how do you as a fan base even defend that? Like, your coach is literally saying, I don't care about this game. Like, how do you even defend that?
And some of it goes just to the Notre Dame hate. Look at what that other knucklehead who was coaching high school football 10 years ago in Texas said about us this year. Everybody's butthurt about us not being in a conference and being able to play whoever we want, whenever we want, wherever we want, and still getting all the money and not having to share it. That's what he's really salty about.
Mm-hmm. Call the wambulance.
He doesn't want. Exactly. Call the wambulance. He doesn't want to play us every year. Mm-mm. This isn't a team that he wants to schedule because it's out of conference. If he had his way, he'd be playing somebody else out of conference, like the Citadel.
That's right. You weren't here on Tuesday to join or Monday to join us for the recap. Yeah, we poked fun at them for the playing the Citadel. Back to their roster for a little bit. Their linebacker core is scary. Braylon Lovelace, Rasheem Biles, and Kyle Lewis. They've forced 10 turnovers this year, 24 sacks, and 5 fumbles. Very talented on defense, as I mentioned. They pressure, they pressure, they pressure. I think it's going to be a challenge. I think it's going to be a 60-minute challenge. As we all mentioned, Narduzzi hates Notre Dame. And his comments were embarrassing this past his presser. And then back to 2020, his quote to Notre Dame: "We shouldn't be giving them games. Either they're with us or they're not. But we should. They can go schedule BYU, whoever they want to go schedule." Hey man, if we didn't play in the ACC that year, I don't think the ACC would have even had a schedule. We saved the ACC, they saved us. It played hand in hand. Just gonna go on there. So you wouldn't have been playing in 2020 if it wasn't for us. So that's why you gave us games, you dumbass. Listen, Narduzzi's record against Notre Dame: 0-4 at Pitt against us, 3-4 at MSU as the DC. And I believe Notre Dame, with a very depleted offense, kicked his ass a couple times, his defense's ass a couple times. Put up some good numbers against that good defense of his, right? Yeah, I would hate us too if I had a losing record against us as well. I mean, 3-8 against Notre Dame all time.
It just goes to it just goes to show how ignorant he is, because the Notre Dame Pitt rivalry goes well beyond any ACC affiliations.
Absolutely.
You know, Notre Dame and Pitt have been playing long before he was coaching at Michigan State and at Pitt. And for somebody who's from this area, he should at least have the respect for the rivalry between the two regions over the last, I don't know, 40, 50 years. Tony Dorsett, Dan Marino, Alan Pinkett. I mean, come on, dude. How I don't know, maybe he just said it in the wrong way and he was trying to take the pressure off of his team, but it didn't come across that way.
No, and his comments towards Notre Dame have always been terrible. He has always
That's right. That's right. Not the first time.
Right, exactly. And this ass clown has no respect. So the words respect and Pat Narduzzi do not go hand in hand.
Only one way to deal with it.
Kick his ass again and again and again. Beat him by 51. Beat him by 42. And he's still out here. He's still out here talking. Beat him by 51 points. Beat him by 42 points. And he's still out here talking. I cannot stand this guy. Keys to the game. We'll start with Logan. Calm us down a little bit, please.
I love it. I love it. You know, before we get to the keys, JR said something about, the ignorance, and it's been amazing to see the last couple of weeks of the ignorance and the level of ignorance some of these people have, whether they're coaches, whether they're reporters, whether they're fans.
Mm-hmm.
I get a good laugh out of it, especially this year, like when they talk about manipulating our schedule every year and, we don't play anybody. Like, if we were truly manipulating our schedule, I don't think we would have planned bringing a freshman quarterback back to Miami for his first game, or down to Miami for his first game, and then, our next game being A&M at home. So, but it comes from a lot of fan bases that Notre Dame in the last 4 to 5 years has a better program than they do. You don't see Ohio State fans chirping us as much, but I'm kind of surprised at the amount of hatred, but I guess it would be a good thing. I thought last year would eliminate a lot of this stuff, but obviously people are just wound up and need something to talk about, and usually it's Notre Dame. Mm-hmm. But so keys first, for me, offensively, we got to start fast. I think it's another opponent. You let them linger, and you let them hang around. That confidence grows. You got to start fast, and that kind of leads me in my second one. Offensively and defensively, we have to respond, which I felt like we did a really good job in the Navy game. Whether we punt, whether we have give up a touchdown, like we got to play complementary football where we respond if one side of the ball doesn't get a stop or one side of the ball doesn't score. I think that in a game like that, that's crucial. And then the third one, I'm not going to use the generic, the special teams and execution, but the third one for me is the physicality defensively. Like, we got to get after them. We got to get after them. Our front seven has to be better than theirs. And, I think that we're slowly seeing this defense, continue to improve after the hiccup at BC. Like, I didn't feel like they played great, but they haven't been as bad as they were. So I think this week is this week's important for us defensively to really find out where we're at when we're playing a good offense. So those are my three.
Absolutely. It's a great challenge to our defense, and I cannot wait. I like seeing our defense challenge. I like seeing how we're going to respond to the challenge. JR, three keys, phases,
Well, my
whatever you call
first
them.
key is CJ Carr. This, I would say, is game number 4 in terms of the most importance of our season. Miami, A&M, USC, and now Pitt. And we've seen how Carr has performed in those big games. So how well does Carr play? How do we manage Carr? Do we just say, let's open it up? Hopefully the style of game dictates a little bit what we do, or do we just allow him to hand the ball off to our horses behind us and we prove to Pitt how good their rush defense really is? So that's number 1, CJ Carr. The second one is look at the way that they like to play. They're pass first. I'm a little bit worried about our depth in the back 4. Christian Gray, he didn't play last week. Just like I said, coming out of that USC game, it looked like he was playing hurt. Sure enough, he was. Bad hip. Don't know what his status is. We're a little bit thin in our secondary, so I'm worried about that. That's number 2. Number 3 is I want to build off of last week. If we can play a clean game, no turnovers and no penalties last week. Am I correct, you guys?
Yes.
If we do that again, I'm going to guarantee us a victory. And that's easier said than done, especially going on the road. Well, I don't want to bring up the officiating in this game, but what crew do we get here? But if we can do those things or at least limit them, we're going to be in a really good position, you guys, I think. So CJ Carr, our defensive back depth and how they're tested. And what was my last one?
No penalties, no turnovers.
Oh, yeah, clean, playing clean.
Yeah, clean play, playing clean. Yeah,
Continuing to play clean.
Right, exactly. Continue showing that consistency that I feel we've lacked this year. Play good, next game play bad. Play bad, next game we play really good. So you're right. Watch out for the officiating, though. It's obviously going to be ACC officials, and you have the ACC social media accounts taking shots at Notre Dame now, by the way.
Right.
So just keep that in mind. Definitely going to be a yellow flag in the back of their pocket. Just watch out for the phantom face mask again. DK, keys to the game.
Yeah, JR really nailed what I was going with, even with the exact sort of mindset of hitting your stride at the right time. Let me throw something at you. Last week of October, we beat Navy 51-14. That was really our staple game of building a strong team down the stretch. The week before they beat Georgia Tech 31-13. Then you go 51-14 on them. Then you got 2 ACC opponents. You kill Florida State 52-3. You kill Virginia 35-14. Then you kill Army. Those wins were kind of like, all right, we're stringing it together. We're hitting our stride. And for us right now, coming off that win against our rival in the cold, cold, nasty weather.
Don't remind me, please.
Pretty win, tackling well, it's a completely different style of team. So number 1 for me, going from Navy, a funky tackling, got to stay in your lane, can't miss tackles, got to stay disciplined and physical, to a finesse kind of style of throwing it around. Make sure you remember those little details this week in terms of defending, those long stretch passes and whatever they want to do. The long deep balls. So that being said, I'm going to say number 1, the biggest thing for me is our secondary. I hope that we show up. I hope that they are able to, piece it together and find a way to win this football game in terms of just getting stops and shutting down those talented receivers you mentioned. Number two, I'm going right back. I have been the CJ Carr believer on this show. I'd say I have been right by his side. I have taken his side. JR has bashed him at times, rightfully so. And others have, Landon, Logan, you guys have both been critical at times, I'd say, but also have been respecting the kid. I see a true freshman that's ready to play, that's going into Pitt, that has great weather, that's going up. You mentioned a good run defense. Beat him with the air, just like he did last week. Couple deep balls, take the
Throws a
top
great
off.
deep ball.
Right. And I mean, he's right on the money with it.
Mm-hmm.
So give me CJ to go off in this ball game. Okay. I want CJ Carr to say, put me on the map. I'm
Need
a
it.
freshman quarterback. I want to win this football game. The hell with our running backs.
Need it. My
And
keys.
then
Go ahead.
I didn't say a third one there, boss.
Thought that was
The
third.
third one here. Sorry, the third one is I'm going to say it all year. A great jump, great bounce back for the freshman kicker. A lot different in an NFL stadium with a more important game, I'd say. So, got to make sure you make the kicks as well.
Oh my God. If this game comes down to field goals, I'm going to scream. My visor might come off on Saturday. Good Lord. My keys to the game. Dictate the tempo.
Narduzzi Security's going to go get you.
Oh, yeah. Red's pissed.
Red's pissed.
Grandpa Bob might have to keep me in line this time around. Yeah.
Kirby Smart just chucked his visor.
Anyway, dictate the tempo. I want to dictate the tempo. Pitt likes to go fast on offense. Pitt likes to control their rhythm. I want to control this game. I want to say this is what we're going to do this game, okay? Slow it down. Run your shit, okay? Make them beat us with the run game. I take them out. Take the freshman quarterback out of the game. I mean, come on. I mean, seriously. Pressure this kid 100% of the time. I think Chris Ash needs to throw everything he has at this kid. Make them beat us through the rushing game. And then be patient. We don't need a home run play every single play. Marcus Freeman says this all the time. Would you guys quit? Marcus Freeman says this all the time. Win this play. And I think if we win this play, we will have a lot of success in this ball game on Saturday afternoon, morning, whatever you want to call it. Notre Dame leads this series 50-21 with a tie in the series as well. The last meeting came in 2023 at Notre Dame Stadium with a 58-7 Irish victory. The last meeting at Pitt came in 2020. Then Heinz Field, 45-3 in favor of Notre Dame. The Irish have won the last 4 meetings. Obviously, the last 2 I mentioned, and then 2018, 19-14 struggle bus, and then 2015, 42-30 at Heinz Field as well. The last Pitt win came in 2013 at Pittsburgh. Notre Dame was fighting for a New Year's 6 bid. ABC came around, and Pitt won a cold, windy night game 28-21 over the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame. 2012, obviously, the instant classic, the Notre Dame undefeated season magic, 29-26 in 3 overtimes. The 2011 game-winning drive from Tommy Rees to win it 15-12. And then, of course, who could forget the 2008 4-overtime sprinkler game, 36-33. Pitt beat us when the sprinklers went off in the middle of the game. They had to delay it for a little bit. Overall, this is just a historic rivalry. Pitt has 9 national championships. We have 11, and I'm excited for another chapter in a bitter, historic rivalry. With that being said, it is time for Week 12 picks. Our prison inmate game of the week starts in East Lansing. Penn State at Michigan State. 0-6 versus 0-6 in the conference. Both teams have the same record. They're both 3-6. This is at 3:30 on CBS. Logan's favorite segment here.
Tickle me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, this is a head nod, Lando.
Oh.
Yeah.
I've been on Penn State. I said they were way too talented to lose 6 straight. They did it again by the grace of God. They're not doing it again.
They're playing hard for that guy.
So you got PSU?
I
Yeah.
do, yeah.
I'm going with MSU. I got Michigan State at home over Tickle Me. Memphis.
PSM.
It
Yeah,
it too it's a too tough that's a tough 2 game stretch they're coming off of.
very
Penn
true.
State.
Yeah. Now time for the unranked. Memphis at East Carolina, 4 p.m. on ESPNU. The Pirates are favored at home in this ball game, folks.
Jeez, oh Pete. Why are they favored?
Because Memphis shit the bed against
Oh,
Tulane.
going with Vegas. Give me ACU.
What's the line?
2.5. These have screwed me the last 2 weeks.
Give me Memphis.
Yeah, there you go. There's that one. God.
I gotta make a move here.
Yeah.
Give me Memphis.
I got East Carolina in this ball game at home. North Carolina at Wake Forest, 4:30 on the CW network. North Carolina really stringing together a nice close to their season.
Give me Wake.
We knew that Wake line last week was Fugazi. When your conference leading team is only a 6.5 point favorite at home against Wake, who just got the brakes beat off of them at Florida State, and they won. Wake won. Then they knocked the quarterback out. I'm going to go Wake here.
I accidentally stumbled upon the CW network while I was flipping through channels the other day. Great to hear the voice of Tom Brenneman. God, he's good. I'll take Wake Forest.
Yeah, there's a drive in a deep left center that will be a home run, and the Reds will make it a 4-0 ball game. Wake Forest, 6-3 right now. I think they're going to be 7-3 after this. What a season for the Deeks. I mean, that's not bad. That is not bad for a first-year head coach with a roster turnaround. That does it for the non-ranked slate. Not a heavy non-ranked slate this week. Kind of mid. However, the ranked slate heats up. Clemson at number 20, Louisville. Friday night, 7:30 on ESPN.
Louisville.
Clemson's going to Louisville.
Louisville.
What's the line?
2.5 Louisville.
Night game.
Give me. I'll go Louisville.
I didn't
I like
realize
Clemson
Miller,
though.
I didn't realize Miller Moss was their quarterback. As the old Zeke had. I can't get the weather in time to make an impact. I'm just going to guess it's cold and Clemson is
63 degrees.
Oh, okay. Then give me the Tigers. That's their type of weather this time of year.
Yeah, global warming, folks. Give me Louisville at home, though. Minnesota at number 8, Oregon. Friday night, 9 p.m. on Fox. It'd be nice if Oregon could drop one, but they're not dropping one at Eugene. Wisconsin at number 2, Indiana. 12 p.m. on the Big Ten Network. Dylan, you're going with the Hoosiers this week. You sure?
Come on. I was right there last week.
But did you get it?
Come on.
How about that Purdue pick, bud? You have an obsession with Purdue. South Carolina at number 3, Texas A&M, 12 p.m. on ESPN. I don't know. This is a game that Texas A&M always seems to lose late in the year. Are we moving on, everybody? A&M. Oh, all right. Number 18, Michigan at Northwestern, 12 p.m. on Fox on Wrigley Field. Anybody? Okay. Number 24, South Florida at Navy, 12 p.m. on ESPN2. Oh, come on. You can't do that to the middies.
The middies are not good, Lando.
Oh,
luck ran out.
Is Horvath playing?
Don't know.
Probably not. Who knows?
Probably. I mean, I think they were just being safe with him, as I mentioned on Monday. I think they were just playing it safe. Like
that
Narduzzi.
Kid could run.
Like Narduzzi. Arizona at number 25, Cincinnati, 12 p.m. on FS1. No, it's not, because I got Arizona upsetting Cincinnati. I got Arizona coming into the nip and getting them.
I'm doing
Number,
it as well. Arizona.
thank you. I don't know if
Matt.
that's a good thing or a bad thing. Number 11, Oklahoma at number 4, Alabama. 3:30 on ABC. Are you serious? Are you serious? No way. This is not a head nod.
I'm looking at these games. Yeah, Bama.
Bama.
What's the
I
status
didn't
on
really.
this year? I haven't paid attention to mobile home in a while.
Playing
They
They're
suck.
they're 10th, right? They're right behind us.
11.
No, 11th.
Yeah,
11th.
I'll take Oklahoma. I got to
Interesting.
get games back,
Yeah.
fellas.
I'm going with Alabama. UCF at number 6, Texas Tech, 3:30 on Fox. NC State at number 15, Miami, 3:30 on ESPN. Anybody object?
Uh, I'll go Miami. Watch
Okay.
out, though.
Okay. No,
Coach, Coach, don't get greedy over there.
Uh,
number 16, Georgia Tech at Boston College, 3:30 on the ACC network. Number 21, Iowa at number 17, USC, 3:30 on the Big Ten network.
Trojan man.
USC is going to struggle with Iowa.
Mm-hmm.
Give me Trojan, man, but I really want to pick Iowa.
Iowa coming off that heartbreak.
Yeah. I heard that STDs are very prominent in Iowa, so I'm going to take the rubbers.
Wow. I'm going with USC as well. Number 19, Virginia at Duke, a massive game of the ACC. This is at 3:30 on ESPN2.
Yeah, Duke's favored by 5.5.
Whoa.
Virginia's quarterback must still be out because that backup stinks.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going with the Blue Devils.
Ditto.
Give me the Mayo.
I got Duke as well in this one. Goodbye, Virginia's ACC hopes.
The
Duke.
Mayo.
Yeah, Jill Long. It's almost time for that time of year again. Jill Long, Duke's Mayo Bowl. New Mexico State at number 23, Cincinnati, or number 23, Tennessee, excuse me, 4:15 on the SEC network. Congrats to Tennessee. Florida at number 7, Ole Miss, 7 p.m. on ESPN. Lane Kiffin playing his future school. Number 13, Utah at Baylor, 7 p.m. on ESPN2. Can the Bears get an upset win? Okay.
Probably not.
Okay. UCLA at number 1, Ohio State, 7:30 on NBC. Dylan, you going against the Buckeyes again?
Heck no.
Okay. Number 10, Texas at number 5, Georgia, 7:30 on ABC.
Georgia.
What's the line?
5.5, Georgia.
I was going to say 4.5. Yeah, give me the Bulldogs.
Give me Texas. As Al Langley said, I'm choosing Texas.
Wow. I'm going Georgia at home to beat the brakes off of them. TCU at number 12, BYU, 10:15 p.m. on ESPN. Dylan's team's going at it here.
Yeah. They sure are.
Logan's got the Mormons.
Got the Mormons. Give me the Mormons.
Bring them young.
They got their ass kicked last week.
Yes, they did.
They got the freaking grass wiped with their asses. So with that being said, I'm going to go with the Horny Froggies, boys. Ribbit, ribbit.
I got BYU to bounce back in a big way. Number 9, Notre Dame at number 22, Pittsburgh, 12 p.m. on ABC at Acrisure Stadium, formerly known as Heinz Field. The grass conditions suck there. You can see divots in the field. That stadium stinks. The field stinks. Build your own stadium, please. Quit playing in a damn NFL stadium that you can't even sell out. Logan, go ahead.
Jeez. Notre Dame 38, Pittsburgh 27.
Like my guy Lou Holtz said, we're Notre Dame, and they ain't. That's why they're salty. Notre Dame 37. Eat shit, Pitt 20.
Ooh.
I'm going to take the Irish 52, and I'm going to take Pitt 23. 52-23. I also want to throw a prediction out there that CJ Carr goes for over 300 with 4 total touchdowns, 1 with a plunge up the middle, 3 to miscellaneous targets. CJ gets it done.
I've been hard on him, but there are some statistical data points that would put him in the same categories as some of the Heisman Trophy candidates.
Yeah.
So just pointing that out there.
Very true. Very true. I got the Irish 28-24 in a good battle with the Pittsburgh Panthers. 28-24, my score prediction. Hopefully I get to see a good game. Bob and I will be in attendance at Acrisure Stadium, or however you pronounce it. With that being said, that'll do it for us today. It's a long one, but it's a good one, folks. Probably the best one we'll have until the college football playoff. So with that being said, be sure to like and subscribe, because we got basketball content coming this Friday, Pitt recap coming on Monday, and Ohio State recap coming on Monday as well. So things heating up, folks. We're getting down to the nitty-gritty of things. Don't want you to miss anything. That being said, we will see you on Friday, and go Irish.